We love spending this time with you. Thank you for listening. If you would like to take your listening experience to the next level, did you know there's a way to do that, Jabo?
I do.
Yep, you know how you do it. You go to thetjshow.com, you sign up for the TJ Show newsletter, and you get cool things dropped right into your inbox, like the TJ Show's 10 shares. We pick 10 different things, everyone on the team does it, that we think you're going to love. It's not just about our show. This is about like stuff, music we're listening to, whatever it may be.
Life stuff.
That's just the tip of the iceberg. There's a whole lot more in there. Sign up at thetjshow.com. This is the TJ Show. Yeah, it is true. We live in a world where you can pretty much throw anything on the table and people now take it seriously because it's so hard to discern what's true and what's not.
Right. Yeah.
And so we decided to go out on the street and present an idea about Wednesdays. Wednesdays have been around for a long time. Do they need to continue to be around?
Did you hear that they're thinking about getting rid of Wednesdays?
What?
Just getting rid of the day.
That not happen. Them can't get rid of Wednesday.
See, a lot of passion about something ridiculous, and I understand. If someone came up to me, I'd go, yeah, I believe that. I believe there's a group of people who are trying to get rid of Wednesdays. Why not? Everything else is happening in the world.
Why do you feel so strongly?
Because Wednesday is a part of the week, sir. Them can't get rid of no Wednesday.
That's what I was thinking, but I heard they were talking about it.
Who talking about getting rid of Wednesday?
They.
No, by they, Kenny is referring to me and Kenny. We just brought it up in conversation. Thought, oh, that would be an interesting idea. Do we really need this day anymore?
I appreciate her passion and the fact that she questioned you. Yes.
That's true. Kenny was asking this question to other people, and they didn't even ask.
Right.
Yeah. Who are they?
Who talking about getting rid of Wednesday?
They.
No. How about they talk... Wednesday is a normal day.
Yep.
So they should be thinking about other things.
Yes.
That's what you're saying.
Yes.
You know, I do like your passion. You're very passionate.
Yeah, man. Passion from the earth. Straight up. Can't get rid of Wednesday.
Okay.
I want to have her over for dinner.
Yes, me too.
I love her.
Wednesday, stay.
Wednesday, stay.
Yeah, Wednesday, have to stay.
I also like her boldness to just be like, no. We're not getting rid of Wednesdays.
Yes.
We can
She's not
say
scared.
it. We're not afraid to say it.
No.
Wednesday is here to stay.
Who come up with that? Probably the same people. You know what? No, don't want to talk too much, sir.
Yeah, but I wonder
Smart move.
Who is she talking about there? I'm curious now. Should have asked. Wow. Yeah, it's concerning that you could throw something like that out there and it becomes an actual debate, but this is where we're at. And I think at some point the pendulum has to swing the other way, right?
Where you just say, like, I don't care?
No, not talking to you. It's ridiculous. Enough already.
I hear you.
Yes, Producer Kenny.
You're absolutely right. I talked to probably 6 or 7 people with that same premise, and she was the only one that even kind of fought back on it. It's amazing
Good
what
for
people
her.
will believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just interesting to take inventory on this. Is this where we want to be? Is this where we want to stay?
Yeah.
Do we want the truth?
I appreciate that she didn't just take it as fact. She actually challenged it. Because sometimes it's easy to take things as fact and run with it.
That is the unusual circumstance where people question or push back. And Kenny just said it. She was the only one.
Yeah.
And I love how you could just say they, and they're like, who is they? It's just they. They.
TJ, Kenny, and
The royal they.
We were having a discussion. Well, it's every cranky aunt and uncle and grandpa and grandma. There's always like, well, they had a problem. Who? Well, you've seen the news. Wait, what?
Right.
Who?
Hear what they're
Who's they?
saying, T?
Yeah, here with right. It's my mom. She's very passionate about the royal, whoever's secretly meeting underground. It's
The royal theys.
an interesting world that we're in. But I think we'll keep Wednesdays for now. I'm not opposed to getting rid of it. I do think it'd be interesting to have a 4-day work week, 2 days off, 4 days on. Continuing discussion, Jabo.
That's right.
Katie in Medford, Oregon. Katie, is that really you?
Yes, hi.
What's up, Katie?
Katie,
Hey.
I was so surprised because yesterday I got a voicemail here because we always say you can call the phone number and if for some reason, we're not here or there's too many people on the phone, leave a message. And you did. And you left your phone number. And look, now you're here. It's so nice to meet
I
you.
love it. This is so surreal hearing your voice in my actual ear. This is weird. But hi.
Katie, you let us know that we're brand new to your city in Medford.
Yes.
And how did you find the show?
I have a Jeep, and one of my stations changed, and it kept playing like all this like old school jams, and I feel like, I don't know, there's some kind of weird like warmth in your voice. I like it. I just really like everybody that's on your show. I don't know, the content, everything just seems great, right up my alley, amazing. So I can feel vibes if that sounds weird, but I really do. I can feel it, and I just know.
Katie,
I don't know, and you guys are just great. So
well, first of all, thank you for saying that. Would you be opposed to me taking this recording and texting it to my wife right now and just saying, "Hey, look at this"? She's
Katie's not trying to start any trouble.
No, I'm not saying for. I just wanted her to hear good things about me. That was a really nice thing she just said.
Very nice, Katie.
I'm trying to stack the deck.
True.
No, well, thank you for that. I'm like feeling lighter today. This is great. Awesome.
No, it's really great. You guys don't even understand. I mean, music is it's so great for the soul. We all know that. And I don't know. It's just everything to me. And I found a way to, my Alexa, I have those Sonos speakers, and I can tell her to enable the skill, and she plays it through my house.
Yeah. So you're not worried about a robot takeover. You just invite her into your home?
Nah, they can listen to everything. I don't care.
Okay.
You have nothing to hide, huh, Katie?
It sort of builds in a little bit of trust, and we're just meeting each other. No, I understand. Katie, tell me a little bit more about you. What do you do for work, and what is the most exciting part of your life right now?
I am a recruiter, so I hire nurses for hospitals all over the United States. My life is great. I have 3 kids. They're happy, healthy. I'm just happy and blessed every day. Truly, I am. Like, life is stressful for sure, but I'm just so happy that I'm here and I'm with them and they're alive and healthy and,
Wow, hold on.
all the simple little things.
I am currently taking note. I carry a notebook. Just be grateful for what we have.
Yeah, I need to update my gratitude journal.
Take a look around, and you've done all this. This is amazing, Katie.
It's true, though.
Katie, I just want to thank you so much for reaching out, for taking the time to chat with us. You are a delight, and you call us anytime. You're a new friend of the show. You have our phone number, and anytime you want to join in on the discussion, you're welcome.
I love it, and I will. Thank you guys so much. You're the best.
All right, have a great day, Katie.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
I feel like my day just got made from Katie. Is that possible?
All that sunshine right there.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah. And that's such a beautiful part about how this whole phone works. You just call it, and then you get through. And then
Is
we're
that how
talking
phones
to you.
work?
Yeah, it's incredible. I know we're in this world where we tend to opt to text first.
Right.
Well, we're doing things a little old school here. We like connecting with human beings, just like Katie.
I wouldn't say old school. I would say different, bro.
All right,
You're standing
different.
out.
All right, fine. Not old school, different.
Yeah.
Just because I have some cousins who only know how to text, and if you get them on the phone, they almost don't know what to say.
I am that cousin. But I like phone calls too.
No, we can still talk. So here's our number. It's 302-303-1151. You are invited, you are welcomed, you are encouraged to call that number anytime, even if it's not right now, but just whenever you feel it. You're like, oh, you know what? I want to get in on that discussion. Mm-hmm. Or, oh, you know what? I want to leave a message for that person. That's the number, 302-303-1151. Quick question. You want to live longer?
I would love to live longer.
It's J-Bo. Kenny, do you want to live longer?
Yes.
I was just reading this story today, and it says, getting a good night's rest just might save your life.
Oh, I'm doomed.
We hear, well, don't say that. Change it.
I mean, I'm usually pretty positive, but I don't sleep very much.
No, we've got to change that, J-Bo. This is a study. Listen, we know sleep's good for us, right? We hear that. Here are some actual details. This is from researchers at Harvard Medical School. They put a bunch of people in a study, and they found that those who maintained a regular and healthy sleep schedule had a 40% lower risk of an early death than those who didn't. I mean, 40%. That's a lot of percentage points, J-Bo.
I'm so happy for them.
Like if it was 5%, you'd go, is that true? Like, I mean, this is what the data is saying. A lack of sleep has consistently been linked to chronic health problems such as heart disease, kidney disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, stroke, obesity, depression. Nationwide data shows about 34% of adults are sleep deprived, getting less than 7 hours a night. Oh no, I didn't realize I'm in that boat now.
Hello?
Hey, wait a minute. Now I feel attacked.
You feel attacked.
I thought because I got 6 hours a night, I was fine.
Not enough.
Wait, do we got to do 7 hours a night?
7 hours.
I've heard that, but I didn't know it was true.
Yeah, apparently. The study says it is.
The stupid internet is feeding us all this false information.
What is this Harvard anyway? I've never even heard of this Harvard.
Yeah, well, they're not perfect
Some
either.
Ivy League what?
Man.
I don't know what to tell you, brother.
So 34% of adults are sleep deprived. We're not alone, Jabo. Getting less than 7 hours a night, 18 to 64 years old. This drops to 26% when adults are over 65 years old, which makes sense. I mean, I've been around my grandpa. I'm going to bed. Good night. It's 7 o'clock. Bye. Have a nice night.
He don't care. He's like, I'm going to bed. I said what I said.
Yeah. The American Academy of Sleep Medicine recommends going to bed at the same time every night, waking up at the same time every morning, even on the weekends.
See, that is...
It's a commitment right there.
I've tried that, yo. You know what it is? Maybe I just lack discipline. I'll just call myself out. Maybe that's what it is.
The CDC recommended that all Americans, all of us, get 7 to 9 hours of sleep every single night. Children aged 6 to 12 need 9 to 12 hours a night.
I know parents are probably like, yes,
Yeah.
sleep more.
You have no idea. Our kids get to sleep half the day, and I'm like, all right, party time. 8 o'clock is here. We were looking at all the different states. Who is the most sleep deprived and who gets the most sleep? Who do you think is the most sleep deprived? What state in America? Any guesses?
New York or New Jersey?
Somewhere on the West Coast, only because of like everything on the East Coast starts first. Like the market and businesses usually are on the East Coast. So
And they got to keep up with the West Coast.
Right.
It's actually Hawaii, which I would never have guessed that. 39.4% of adults sleep less than 7 hours a night in Hawaii. And then Colorado is the least sleep deprived state. 26.8% of adults sleep less than 7 hours a night. But 26.8 is still a pretty high number. That's over 1 in 4.
that's because weed is legal in Colorado. They take gummies and right out. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Sedative. It's like, I'm out of here.
This is the TJ Show. Thank you for turning your radio on today. The TJ Show is sponsored by Prize Picks. You want to play daily fantasy sports and it just seems so complicated? Well, what about Prize Picks for daily fantasy sports?
Prize Picks is cool because it's just you picking against stat projections, more or less on 2 to 6 player stats, everything from basketball finals. Keep an eye out for star players for boosted payouts, and you can even use esports to add to your entries now.
Yeah, every Wednesday and Saturday in June, if your esport lineup doesn't win, you'll get your entry fee back. Quick withdrawals, easy gameplay, and an enormous selection of players and stat types are what makes Prize Picks the #1 fantasy sports app. PrizePicks.com. Download the app today and use code TJShow for a first deposit match up to $100. That's code TJShow on Prize Picks for a deposit match up to $100. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy. Must be present in certain states. Visit PrizePicks.com for restrictions and details. PrizePicks.com. Have I said it enough?
PrizePicks.com.
You got me. This edition of the TJ Show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Yeah, the year is going by quite quickly.
Bro, I blinked and it's gone.
Halfway there. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it's hard to take inventory on how we're doing.
Yeah.
And I think one of the ways to truly assess our progress is by talking to someone else about it. Therapists have made me realize, actually, maybe I'm further along than I think. Because our mind can play tricks on us.
That's right.
And we've got to talk through this kind of a thing. Whether you're celebrating big wins, small wins, whatever it is, knowing that you're winning or if you're not, how to change that is so valuable.
A win is a win, and therapy is a win.
I agree with you. If you've ever considered it, go to betterhelp.com/TJ. That's betterhelp.com/TJ. You fill out the questionnaire, you get linked up with a licensed therapist. If for some reason it's not a fit, you can switch therapists anytime, no additional fee. Take a moment, visit betterhelp.com/TJ today to get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp, HELP.com/TJ. betterhelp.com/TJ. This is the TJ Show. There's a danger, I suppose you can call it a danger, of sitting down next to Jabo and getting into a discussion with you.
Oh.
You tend to ask these really deep, profound questions, and then next thing you know, you look at your watch and it's like, it's been an hour and a half,
Well,
and we've been talking.
I torment myself with these deep questions. I don't feel like I should keep that torment to myself. I should spread it with the world, you know?
Thanks.
So
generous.
Apparently, you got caught in Jabo's web yesterday, producer Heather.
I did. I really did.
I had that effect.
Just happened to throw this question at you. And I don't even know where this came from, but
I don't either.
she asked you if you remember the first time either you or your husband Lewis said I love you to one another. Mm-hmm. And it got you thinking that you don't.
I know. I did not remember. I don't know who said it first. I don't know where it happened, how it happened. But I tend to not remember things like that. Like, I don't even know our, like, anniversary of our, like, first date or anything. Like, Lewis, my husband, always remembers that kind of stuff.
But you went home
Yeah.
and it was sort of weighing on your mind, bothered you a little bit. Gee, I don't know when that was. And so you took out your microphones and you did an interview with your husband to find out. Does he remember?
Yeah, because I think it's something I should know, right?
Yeah.
Hey,
Do you remember which one of us said I love you first?
I'm pretty sure it was me.
Do you remember when and where you said it?
I think we were laying on a bed, weren't we?
Did you say it in Chipotle?
We were standing in line at the Chipotle, and then that's when you said it.
Oh, I was drunk.
No, I don't think so.
I was drinking wine all day.
Yeah, but you don't drink that much wine. You weren't drinking that much wine.
He's defending himself. No, you really loved me. You said it and you meant it.
I said it first.
Did I say it back right away?
I don't think so.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, well, you should be. Whatever. Here we are.
By the way, you guys have somewhat of a scandalous origin story, right?
Yeah, apparently.
Because didn't you hire, can we talk about this?
Oh, yeah, sure, please.
Didn't you hire him as an intern?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was a previous radio show I worked for. Yeah, he was one of our interns.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And who makes the first move there?
To be fair, Lewis did. Yeah.
Oh, right,
yeah.
Lewis?
I didn't want to do anything, inappropriate.
Did you find him adorable when you first met him?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, he was cute.
Yeah.
Curly hair.
Heather's all like blushish and everything.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know you were so scandalous, producer Heather.
You know me.
Wait, so does he stop interning before you date him, or do you go on dates while he's interning?
No, we just went on dates while he was interning.
Really?
Yeah, there was really no HR where I was, so it was kind of like
HR who?
It was I was the HR. It was Heather Resources, and I was like, "That's cool. Yeah, feel free."
Wow. Well, and it's many years ago in the past, and it's like you guys got married, it worked
Right.
out.
What a romantic love story.
It really is. It really is.
Well, love you. Yeah, I can say it back.
Doesn't feel so good, does it? Yeah, that's right. I love you too.
Thanks.
Oh, he's holding out on you there. I know exactly the time it was where I said, I love you to my wife, Jess.
You
And
said it first?
I did say it first,
Okay.
yeah. And we had just been on a trip as, quote, friends in Aruba. We got home and we were just getting ready to go to bed. And I said, oh, by the way, I love you a lot. And she's like, I love you too. And that was the end of it.
Nice.
But I think I realized after that trip, I was like, wow, I had such a great time with her. And it was so special. And what about you? Do you remember where it was with your husband, Archie?
Yeah, so we were in my apartment. We were dating in my apartment, and I don't know how long we were dating, maybe about 6 weeks or so. I got up from the couch to go to the kitchen, and I have my back towards him, and we're talking about something, and he just says, I love you. And I turned around with this big smile on my face, and I was like, I love you too. It was literally that giddy. The way I sound is the way I said it.
You said it back.
I did say it back, but
Wow.
he said it first.
There's a lot of love on this show.
A whole lot of love.
This is the TJ Show. I want to say hello to another Katie. We just talked to a Katie a few moments ago. Katie in downtown Kalamazoo. Is that really you?
Yep, that's really me, and I love it down here in Kazoo.
Yeah. Does anyone call you Kalamazoo Katie?
Oh, we should start.
Oh.
We should start.
Leave it to a radio show to come up with some alliteration with
I like
your name.
that.
Hey, it's Kalamazoo Katie. Have you ever thought about being a DJ?
I hear you guys on the radio every day, and I'm like, that looks so fun. I would love to do that for a living. That would be such a cool job.
What do you do? Let's talk about what you do. How do you spend your days? What kind of work are you adding to this world?
Yeah. So I work for a CEO. I'm his assistant for a construction company, and he is a wild man. He's the busiest person I know. He has roughly 30 meetings back-to-back per day.
Wow.
So I help him with all of his meetings and just with the construction industry type stuff that we do. And I love it. It's hectic and chaotic, but I absolutely love it.
Hey, that's so good. And you know what? That's always a sign when you're a part of a business and someone trusts you as their assistant.
Yes. Oh,
yeah.
That's a sign that you just gained many bars of trust with
Yeah.
me. Because-
Good. Well, thank you guys.
I mean, think about it. You're in all the banking stuff. You see how much money everyone's making, and how long you've been working with them?
I just had my 1-year anniversary recently.
Wow.
So,
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's great
Thank you
work.
guys so much.
I always tell people, if they don't know what they want to do and they've ever thought, oh, maybe I could be a personal assistant. Well, as long as you don't start going through their dresser drawers and doing weird stuff, everyone's just looking for someone they can trust, right?
Seriously, Katie, because you're keeping that
Yeah.
man's world afloat.
Oh, well, thank you. You know, the best part of my day is I order him lunch every single day, and I steal a little bit for myself. Just something, a couple French fries.
Couple French,
or an egg
that's
roll.
fair.
Yeah.
A chicken tender, I get it.
As long as it's full disclosure. I think you can do that with French fries. It's assumed if you
Yes.
order something with French fries for someone, you get to at least take one or two out of the bag, and it doesn't hurt anyone. On the other hand, and I was not trustworthy for a period of my life. I used to work at a deli, and they would take these muffins out of the oven every day, and I was like, man, they look so good. And I'm right here on the front lines. And what I would do is I would break a little piece off the end of 3 of them, and it would be a pretty sufficient snack.
Yeah, that's
But
half a muffin right there.
The problem was in the muffin container, there'd be these muffins and they were messed with. And it was offensive. And I should have never done that. But and even sometimes I would take a blueberry out of one of them that was all hot and gooey. And it's man, what was I thinking? Katie, listen, I don't know how in the world you found us, but I'm so grateful for this moment where we get to be together on the radio. Thank you for giving our show a chance, because I just grew up as this little nerd who loved listening to the radio, and now we get to do it every day. But meeting people like you is the best part of this job. Thank you for taking a risk and trusting us enough to call that phone number and to be a part of our show. Because first of all, it's amazing that you keep coming back every day, and we just adore you. So thank you, Katie.
Oh, thank you guys so much. My one piece of feedback is be nicer to Kenny.
That's the most common piece of feedback we get, Katie. Thank you.
Katie, let me tell you this, Katie.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
You should hear the things Kenny tells us off the air.
is.
This is all, it's a setup, Katie.
By the way, it's not the most common piece of feedback we get, Kenneth. And you know what? I like that. I just got to use my 5-year-old Willa taught me something. When you want to just disagree with something aggressively, you just go, no, it's not.
No, it's not.
And that's what I just did to Kenny. No, it isn't.
No, it's not.
But for the record, I do love Kenny. He is a friend,
Yes.
and he's a wonderful person, and I love working with him every day.
Oh, good. Well, you guys are the best. Keep on keeping on, and I'll keep listening to you every single day.
Awesome.
Katie.
You're the best, Katie.
Thanks, Katie.
Bye, guys.
What's good, everybody? It's Gerard Hector, the host and executive producer of the True Hoop Podcast. You guys can catch me and the godfather of basketball player development, Coach David Thorpe, every Monday and Thursday talking all things NBA.
It starts with Shea. Jalen Williamson, terrific. And a great coach. It starts with Shea. He's carrying a team. He's Michael Jordan right now.
Search for the True Hoop Podcast on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Rate, review, subscribe. Catch us every Monday and Thursday. Take care.
This is the TJ Show, our news. It sounds a little bit different around here. Kenny reads through every story he can find, and then he brings us the most interesting ones. Kenny, what's been happening in the world?
It's this guy, John Reyes. He's a realtor, and his father-in-law's house was about to be sold, so his family went to clean it out, and they were digging in the basement to this crawl space. They come across bags and bags of old pennies.
Ooh.
They estimate that they have about 1 million pennies pre-1980, which means they are made of pure copper.
Pre-1982.
Pre-1982.
Yeah, I know all about
TJ would know.
the copper pennies.
Coin expert here, TJ.
Well, you know what's interesting? The old quarters that were made with silver have shot up in value. So a quarter from 1902 is worth $7 or $8, I think, or somewhere around there. And you look at how copper, just like silver, is becoming is a precious metal,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
And there were all these pennies that were made before a certain era, and it almost seems like the same thing is happening. Obviously, it's happening a lot slower, but I think a copper penny is actually worth 2 cents in metal. The problem is you can't melt it down. It's illegal.
Yeah.
So I think what this guy was probably doing is he was hoarding pennies for the day that either they eliminate the penny, or if someone wants to buy, people collect pennies and they find rare pennies.
Right.
You never know I don't know how they do it, but they say some pennies are worth $1 million. Well, I would think this guy sounds like the kind of guy who went through each one, but I could be wrong about that. Who knows?
Well, the guy who found them is really just trying to get rid of them, and he's called just about every bank in the neighborhood, and none of the banks want it. Now, realize 1 million pennies, it's a lot of pennies. One of the banks says, we don't have enough room in our vault to store these pennies, and we don't want to go through the effort of going through and seeing if there's a rarity in the mix.
Well, $1 million is $10,000, right?
Yes.
I'm surprised they wouldn't take them, especially knowing that they're worth double the value, but I guess people don't want to be bothered with it.
I wonder if you can, those coin machines that you see in grocery stores?
Yeah.
If you can just take those bags there and just like pour them in and like take the receipt to customer service and say, all right, give me 10,000 or 20,000 for these pennies.
We need a refill at the Coinstar machine.
This is the 17th refill.
We're just getting started.
It's going to be a while.
Yeah,
for sure.
Well, I think the problem with that is they take a percentage.
Yeah, they
right?
take about 8%. So that was an option, and they discussed that. But right now, they're trying to sell them online. They really just want to be rid of these pennies, these people.
Kenny, what else do you have?
So an interesting study out of the University of Michigan in Ann Arbor, they were researching fruit flies and how they respond to the sight of dead fruit flies. And essentially, they revealed that neurons in the insects' brains make them age faster after they see dead flies. So living fruit flies, their aging process speeds up when they see one of their fallen brethren.
They test how long it lives after they see it? Is that what they do?
Yeah, it was a bunch of really interesting experiments that they did. They also found that the fruit flies that had seen corpses were avoided by other flies, as if they'd been marked for death.
Really?
Yes, so if a fruit fly sees a dead fruit fly, he's shunned by the other living fruit flies.
Oh, man. This story gets sadder and sadder.
Yes. Who knew that fruit flies were so complex?
Yeah, scientists are hoping the results from these studies will help them understand how an animal's brain turns what it perceives into physical reactions in the body.
Wow.
It happens to humans. I'm sure it can happen to animals.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Kenny, for keeping us somewhat informed.
That's what's happening.